Today we are recapping Season 1 and 2 of House of the Dragon, covering every major event leading into Season 3. House of the Dragon is set in Westeros approximately 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones, and it tells the story of a Targaryen civil war known as the Dance of the Dragons, a conflict over the succession to the Iron Throne that divides the royal family into two opposing factions. At the time the show begins, King Viserys of House Targaryen rules the Seven Kingdoms from King's Landing. A great council is held at which Viserys Targaryen is chosen as king's successor over his cousin Rhaenys Targaryen, despite Rhaenys having a strong claim of her own. She becomes known as the Queen Who Never Was. The action starts with the 9th year of King Viserys' reign. His wife, Aemma Arryn, dies during a difficult labor and her newborn baby dies shortly after her, leaving Viserys without a male heir. He responds by naming his daughter, Princess Rhaenyra, as heir to the Iron Throne, a politically controversial decision in a society that has never had a ruling queen. Viserys' small council urges him to remarry and produce more heirs. He chooses Alicent Hightower, the daughter of his Hand of the King, Otto Hightower, as his new queen. Alicent had been a close friend of Rhaenyra's before the marriage, and the union creates a growing rift between them. Alicent and Viserys go on to have 3 children, Aegon, Helaena, and Aemond. Their existence complicates the succession, as many in the realm believe a king's son should take precedence over a daughter named heir. Viserys' younger brother, Daemon Targaryen, has been serving as commander of the City Watch in King's Landing. When Daemon publicly mocks the death of the newborn prince, Viserys banishes him from court. Daemon travels to the Stepstones, a contested chain of islands, where he wages a successful military campaign against a pirate warlord called the Crabfeeder. Several years have passed. Rhaenyra and Daemon spend a night together in King's Landing, visiting a pleasure house. Though nothing conclusive occurs between them, the spreading gossip could ruin Rhaenyra. To manage the fallout and secure a powerful political alliance, Rhaenyra is married to Laenor Velaryon, son of Lord Corlys Velaryon, the master of ships known as the Sea Snake. The wedding is disrupted when Ser Criston Cole, a knight of the Kingsguard who had previously been in a secret relationship with Rhaenyra, kills Laenor's companion in a violent altercation. Cole becomes one of Rhaenyra's most determined opponents from this point forward. After Alicent discovers that Rhaenyra lied to her, she begins wearing green, the color associated with House Hightower's signal for war. Her supporters adopt the color and become known as the Greens. Rhaenyra's supporters, wearing Targaryen black, become known as the Blacks. The court is now openly divided into 2 camps. The show advances roughly 10 years. Emma Darcy takes over the role of Rhaenyra, and Olivia Cook takes over as Alicent. Rhaenyra now has 3 sons with Laenor, Viserys, Lucerys, and Joffrey, all of whom have dark hair and features inconsistent with Targaryen or Velaryon coloring. It is widely suspected at court that the children are illegitimate and that their biological father is Ser Harwin Strong, a knight closely associated with Rhaenyra. Daemon has married Laena Velaryon, daughter of Rhaenys and Corlys, and they have 2 daughters, Baela and Rhaena. Laena dies in a difficult labor, choosing to end her own life by commanding her dragon, Vhagar, to burn her rather than face a prolonged death. At Laena's funeral on Driftmark, a fight breaks out among the children of both factions. Aemond has secretly claimed Vhagar, Laena's now riderless dragon, enraging Laena's daughters. When Aemond refers to Rhaenyra's sons as bastards, the confrontation escalates, and Rhaenyra's son Lucerys cuts out Aemond's eye with a knife. In the aftermath, Laenor agrees to fake his own death and leave Westeros with his lover, allowing Rhaenyra and Daemon to marry. Few more years have passed and now Rhaenyra and Daemon have 2 kids together, Aegon and Viserys. King Viserys has been in declining health for years. By episode 8 he is barely able to walk or see. He makes one final public appearance at a family dinner, urging reconciliation between the 2 sides, and he passes away the same night. In his final hours, Viserys speaks to Alicent about the Targaryen prophecy known as Aegon's Dream, also known as the Song of Ice and Fire, a vision passed down through the Targaryen line about a hero destined to stand against a coming darkness. Alicent misinterprets his words as a deathbed request that their son Aegon take the throne. Using this information, Otto Hightower and the Green Council move immediately to crown Aegon before Rhaenyra can be informed, and those who resist are imprisoned. He is crowned as King Aegon II in a public ceremony in King's Landing. Rhaenyra learns of her father's death and the coronation from Princess Rhaenys. Shortly after, Rhaenyra is crowned the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms on Dragonstone. She and Daemon assemble the Black Council and begin planning their next steps. Rhaenyra sends her sons as envoys to gather support, Viserys travels north to seek the allegiance of the Starks, while Lucerys is sent south to Storm's End. At Storm's End, Lucerys finds that Aemond has arrived ahead of him. Lord Boros Baratheon declares for the Greens and Lucerys is turned away. As Lucerys attempts to depart, Aemond pursues him into the sky on Vhagar. The pursuit escalates and Vhagar kills both Lucerys and his dragon. Season 2 opens with Rhaenyra searching the waters near Storm's End for the remains of her son Lucerys, being able to recover what little is left of him. Without Rhaenyra's knowledge or authorization, Daemon hires 2 assassins, known as Blood and Cheese, and sends them into the Red Keep through hidden passages with orders to kill Aemond in retaliation for Lucerys. The 2 men reach Queen Helena's chambers, and instead of Aemond they kill her son Prince Jaehaerys. When Rhaenyra learns what Daemon did, she is furious, having given no such order. The act is attributed to her regardless, and she becomes known across the realm as Rhaenyra the Cruel. King Aegon, devastated by his son's murder, strips his grandfather Otto Hightower of the position of Hand of the King and appoints Ser Criston Cole in his place. Cole sends Ser Erryk to Dragonstone to assassinate Rhaenyra. Eric's identical twin brother, Ser Erryk, who serves the Blacks, intercepts him. The 2 brothers fight and Ser Erryk kills himself after killing his brother. Conflict spreads across the Riverlands as houses choose sides. Criston Cole marches south and lays siege to Rook's Rest, a castle loyal to Rhaenyra, intending to draw out a dragon. Rhaenyra is persuaded not to respond herself and instead, Rhaenys rides her dragon Meleys to defend the castle. Cole's plan is to have Aemond ambush Rhaenys with Vhagar. However, King Aegon arrives unexpectedly on his dragon Sunfire, disrupting the ambush. While Meleys engages Sunfire in combat, Aemond attacks with Vhagar striking Sunfire. The dragon crashes with Aegon on its back, leaving the king severely burned and unconscious. The battle continues, and in the end Vhagar kills Rhaenys and Meleys. With Aegon unable to rule, Aemond is appointed regent and governs in his brother's name. At Dragonstone, Rhaenyra begins a search for dragon seeds, individuals of common birth who carry Valyrian blood and may be capable of bonding with the riderless dragons on Dragonstone. Daemon has traveled to Harrenhal in the Riverlands to secure the support of local lords for the Black Cause. While there, he begins experiencing recurring visions, and a woman living at Harrenhal named Alice Rivers is connected to them. 3 dragon seeds successfully bond with dragons. Hugh Hammer, a blacksmith, bonds with Vermithor while Ulf White bonds with Silverwing. Adam of Hull, believed to be a natural son of Lord Corlys, bonds with Seasmoke. The addition of 3 new dragon riders strengthens the Black faction significantly. The scope of the conflict continues to widen while Aemond dismisses his mother Alicent from the small council. Aemond continues to conduct raids and attacks across the Riverlands, burning settlements and castles as part of his campaign as Prince Regent, including burning Sharp Point in a fit of rage. In King's Landing, Larys Strong convinces Aegon to flee the city to safety, planning to return after the war to reclaim the throne. They successfully manage to escape in a covered wagon. Daemon gathers a large army at Harrenhal. When Rhaenyra arrives there, he bends the knee before her, acknowledging her authority. In his weirwood visions, he saw a glimpse of a White Walker, Daenerys Targaryen and her 3 dragon centuries in the future, confirming for him the weight of the Targaryen lineage and the importance of what they are fighting for. Alicent Hightower travels secretly to Dragonstone and meets privately with Rhaenyra. She offers to help her take King's Landing without bloodshed in exchange for her and her family's safe departure. However, Rhaenyra insists that Aegon must be publicly executed for her to secure the throne. Heartbroken Alicent silently consents. The season ends with both sides getting ready for war on land, on water, and in the skies.
Like, share, and subscribe for more reviews.